In our journey through life, we are taught to believe that we are the masters of our destiny, the captains of our ship. From a young age, we are conditioned to plan meticulously, striving to predict and shape our futures. Our education and societal norms emphasize the importance of control and stability, fostering a belief that through sheer willpower and effort, we can dictate the course of our lives. Are we truly in control, or are we merely dancing to the rhythms of existence? Imagine life as a river flowing with its own currents and eddies. We may paddle our boats and navigate the waters, yet the river itself has its own course, influenced by countless factors beyond our grasp. The illusion of control emerges when we mistake our actions and decisions as independent forces, separate from the interconnected web of life. From the moment we are born, we are indoctrinated into a worldview that emphasizes separation from each other, from nature, from the cosmos itself. We are led to believe that we are isolated individuals navigating a chaotic world. This perspective encourages a sense of personal agency and responsibility, yet it also fosters feelings of loneliness and alienation. But what if this separation is an illusion, a trick of perception? Consider the air we breathe, the same air that has circulated through countless lungs throughout history, connecting us in an invisible web of life. Reflect on the food we consume, the fruits of the earth nurtured by sunlight, water, and soil. Are we truly separate from the elements that sustain us, or are we intimately intertwined with the natural world? Imagine life as a dance, a cosmic dance, where every step, every movement is part of a larger, unfolding symphony. Just as waves arise and fall in the ocean, so too do our thoughts, our emotions, our lives. This dance is not something we control, it is something we participate in. Our thoughts emerge like waves on the surface of consciousness, influenced by unseen currents beneath. In this dance, the illusion of control dissipates, replaced by a profound sense of interconnectedness. We are not isolated beings, but expressions of a universal energy, manifestations of the same creative force that shapes galaxies and stirs the winds. Our actions ripple through the fabric of existence, influencing and influenced by the intricate tapestry of life. In our quest for understanding and security, we often overlook a fundamental truth: life is inherently uncertain. Instead of fearing uncertainty, what if we embraced it as an integral part of our existence? In our modern world, impermanence is often viewed with apprehension. We cling to stability, fearing change and loss. But consider the beauty of impermanence. It is the driving force behind growth, creativity, and renewal. Just as a flower blooms and fades, so too do our experiences unfold in cycles of birth, growth, and transformation. The transient nature of life. He reminds us that everything flows: thoughts, feelings, relationships, seasons. To resist impermanence is to resist the natural order of things. When we embrace impermanence, we release the grip of attachment and open ourselves to the richness of each moment. Fear of the unknown stems from our desire for security and control. We strive to predict and plan, seeking refuge in certainty. But what if certainty is an illusion? What if life's greatest adventures lie beyond the boundaries of our comfort zone? Our fears with courage and curiosity. He suggests that fear arises from our resistance to change, to the unknown. When we loosen our grip on expectations and outcomes, we create space for serendipity and spontaneity. Embracing uncertainty does not mean abandoning reason or foresight. It means cultivating a mindset of openness and flexibility. Just as a sailor adjusts their sails to the changing winds, so too can we navigate life's uncertainties with resilience and adaptability. The metaphor of the universe is a cosmic dance. In this dance, each step is an invitation to trust in the unfolding of life. We may not always understand the reasons behind life's twists and turns, but we can choose to embrace them with grace and gratitude. In our quest for understanding, we often overlook a fundamental truth: we are interconnected with all of existence. This realization opens the door to profound insights into the nature of reality and our place within it. From a young age, we are conditioned to perceive life through the lens of duality, good and bad, self and other, you, us and them. This dualistic thinking shapes our identities and relationships, fostering a sense of separation and division. But what if duality is a construct of the mind, a convenient fiction that obscures the truth of our interconnectedness? Alan Watts challenges us to transcend the illusion of duality and embrace the unity of all things. He invites us to see beyond the limitations of language and thought, to experience reality as a seamless whole. The ego, the sense of individual self, is a necessary tool for navigating the physical world. When we mistake the ego for our true identity, we become trapped in a cycle of desire, fear, and suffering. Awakening to our interconnected nature allows us to transcend the limitations of ego and experience a profound sense of unity with all of life. The metaphor of the universe is a cosmic symphony. In this symphony, each individual is like a note, a unique expression of the whole. Just as a single note contributes to the harmony of a symphony, so too do we contribute to the interconnected web of existence. Imagine life as a dance of light and shadow, of joy and sorrow. Every step, every movement is an expression of the underlying unity of all things. When we awaken to our interconnectedness, we recognize that every person, every creature, every atom is part of the same cosmic dance. To embrace the paradox of unity and diversity, to celebrate our individuality while honoring our interconnectedness, he suggests that true freedom lies not in isolation, but in communion with ourselves, with each other, and with the world around us. Awakening to oneness is not just a philosophical concept. It is a lived experience, a shift in consciousness that transforms how we perceive ourselves in the world. When we recognize that we are interconnected with all of existence, we cultivate compassion, empathy, and reverence for life. In our fast-paced world, the art of living authentically often takes a backseat to productivity and achievement. Yet, true fulfillment arises not from external accomplishments, but from cultivating presence and embracing the richness of each moment. To embrace the present moment fully, to be here now, without the weight of past regrets or future anxieties. He reminds us that life unfolds in the eternal now, and our ability to experience joy and peace depends on our willingness to be fully present. Imagine life as a river flowing effortlessly through time. When we resist the current, clinging to memories of the past or worries about the future, we create unnecessary suffering. Embracing the here and now allows us to flow with the rhythm of life, experiencing each moment with clarity and gratitude. Mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to the present moment with openness and curiosity, is a cornerstone of living authentically. Alan Watts invites us to cultivate mindfulness not as a technique, but as a way of being. When we observe our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment, we deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The metaphor of the mirror-like mind. In this mirror-like mind, we reflect the world as it is, without distortion or bias. When we cultivate mindfulness, we polish the mirror of our minds, allowing clarity and insight to emerge. Authentic living begins with self-awareness and self-acceptance. True freedom lies in embracing our true selves beyond societal expectations and conditioned beliefs. When we live from the inside out, we align our actions with our deepest values and aspirations. Imagine life as a canvas, a blank slate awaiting our creative expression. When we paint from the heart, our brushstrokes reflect our inner truth and authenticity. Let go of masks and pretenses, allowing our true essence to shine through. Non-attachment does not mean indifference or detachment from life's experiences. Rather, it is the ability to engage fully with life while remaining unattached to outcomes. When we release our grip on expectations and desires, we create space for spontaneity and serendipity. Life is a tapestry woven with threads of light and shadow, joy and sorrow, growth and stagnation. Embracing life's paradoxes allows us to navigate the complexities of existence with wisdom and grace. Embrace the duality of life, the interplay of light and shadow. Just as a painting gains depth from contrasting colors, so too does life offer richness through its contrasts. When we accept both joy and sorrow as integral parts of the human experience, we cultivate resilience and compassion. Imagine life as a symphony, a harmonious blend of highs and lows, crescendos and decrescendos. When we listen deeply to the music of existence, we appreciate the beauty of its varied melodies. By embracing life's paradoxes, we expand our capacity for empathy and understanding. Surrender is often misunderstood as a sign of weakness or defeat. True surrender is an act of courage and liberation, an invitation to trust in the natural flow of life. When we release our need for control and certainty, we discover a profound sense of peace and freedom. We embark on a journey that challenges the very fabric of our modern lives, a journey into embracing the unknown. In a world where schedules, plans, and expectations dictate our every move, we often overlook the beauty and mystery that lie beyond our control. From the moment we enter this world, we are thrust into a narrative of certainty. Society paints a roadmap for us, a path from cradle to grave marked by milestones and achievements. We are taught to strive for security, predictability, and control. Yet, in our relentless pursuit of these ideals, do we not lose sight of the essence of living? A profound exploration into the heart of existence itself. Today we embark on a journey that challenges the very fabric of our modern lives, a journey into embracing the unknown. In a world where schedules, plans, and expectations dictate our every move, we often overlook the beauty and mystery that lie beyond our control. The illusion of certainty. From the moment we enter this world, we are thrust into a narrative of certainty. Society paints a roadmap for us, a path from cradle to grave marked by milestones and achievements. We are taught to strive for security, predictability, and control. Yet, in our relentless pursuit of these ideals, do we not lose sight of the essence of living? Think for a moment about the traditional family dynamic that has been ingrained in our collective consciousness. Fathers are often depicted as clown figures who depart daily to distant realms called the office, or the factory places where the family plays no role and holds little interest. Their primary duty? To bring home a thing called money, a commodity endlessly desired by those left behind. At home, they are expected to play the role of a good pal to their children, to engage in playful activities, and show appreciation for the unseen labors of their wives throughout the day. Yet, in this portrayal, something essential is missed, a deeper connection rooted in shared experience and mutual understanding. The advent of industrialization reshaped not only our economic landscapes, but also our familial structures. It severed the natural bonds that once intertwined work and play, replacing them with a stark separation. Children, naturally inclined to participate in the real work of their parents, are instead handed propitiatory objects, mere toys that simulate reality, but fail to satisfy their innate desire for genuine engagement. In the home, kitchens and workshops were once vibrant spaces where parents and children alike collaborated, learning skills and building relationships that transcended mere utility. Today, these spaces have been relegated to functional corners, while playrooms overflow with toys that promise entertainment but lack substance. The industrial shift extends beyond the home and into our educational systems. where children are prepared for futures that may never align with their present passions. From early schooling to higher education, the emphasis lies on preparation for what lies ahead rather than on living fully in the now. The essence of life lies not in the certainty of plans, but in the dance with the unknown. It is in surrendering to the currents of existence, allowing ourselves to be swept away by the mysteries that unfold each day. The unknown is not to be feared, but embraced a vast canvas upon which we paint our stories with every breath. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, let us remember the wisdom of those who have gone before us. From the moment we enter this world, we are thrust into a narrative of certainty. Society paints a roadmap for us, a path from cradle to grave marked by milestones and achievements. We are taught to strive for security, predictability, and control. Yet, in our relentless pursuit of these ideals, do we not lose sight of the essence of living? Think for a moment about the traditional family dynamic that has been ingrained in our collective consciousness. Fathers are often depicted as clown figures who depart daily to distant realms called the office or the factory, places where the family plays no role and holds little interest. Their primary duty? To bring home a thing called money, a commodity endlessly desired by those left behind. At home, they are expected to play the role of a good pal to their children, to engage in playful activities, and show appreciation for the unseen labors of their wives throughout the day. Yet, in this portrayal, something essential is missed: a connection rooted in shared experience and mutual understanding. The advent of industrialization reshaped not only our economic landscapes, but also our familial structures. It severed the natural bonds that once intertwined work and play, replacing them with a stark separation. Children, naturally inclined to participate in the real work of their parents, are instead handed propitiatory objects, mere toys that simulate reality but fail to satisfy their innate desire for genuine engagement. In the home, kitchens and workshops were once vibrant spaces where parents and children alike collaborated, learning skills and building relationships that transcended mere utility. Today, these spaces have been relegated to functional corners, while playrooms overflow with toys that promise entertainment but lack substance. The industrial shift extends beyond the home and into our educational systems, where children are prepared for futures that may never align with their present passions. From early schooling to higher education, the emphasis lies on preparation for what lies ahead, rather than on living fully in the now. We were to embrace a different perspective. What if, instead of living for the future or for the good of others, we embrace the art of living for ourselves? What if we found joy in our vocations, pursued interests that ignited our souls, and invited our children to partake in this dance of existence alongside us? Imagine a life where the pursuit of money and status takes a backseat to the pursuit of fulfillment and shared experience. The art of living, an art that transcends the mere pursuit of goals and ambitions and delves into the very heart of existence itself. In our journey to embrace the unknown, we must first unravel the complexities of modern life and rediscover the simplicity and wisdom that lies within. In today's fast-paced world, it is easy to become ensnared in the relentless pursuit of external validation and material success. From a young age, we are conditioned to believe that our worth is tied to our achievements, our possessions, and our societal standing. We chase after promotions, accumulate wealth, and strive to meet societal expectations, all in the hope of finding fulfillment and happiness. True fulfillment cannot be found in the external world alone. It is an inner journey, a journey of self-discovery and self-realization. The art of living, according to Watts, lies in embracing the present moment and finding joy in the simplest of experiences. Whether it is savoring a quiet moment of reflection, connecting with loved ones, or immersing oneself in the beauty of nature, true fulfillment emerges when we cultivate a deep sense of gratitude and presence. Central to the art of living is the pursuit of passion and purpose. Believe that each of us possesses unique gifts and talents that yearn to be expressed. When we align our actions with our innate passions and values, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute positively to the world around us. Consider the carpenters of Japan, revered for their mastery of craftsmanship that transcends generations. These artisans, from a young age, immerse themselves in the intricate art of carpentry, learning not only technical skills, but also a profound respect for the materials and the creative process itself. Their work is not merely a means of livelihood, but a sacred expression of their dedication to excellence and beauty. In contrast, industrialization has ushered in an era where vocational passions are often overshadowed by the pursuit of financial security and societal approval. Children are steered towards conventional career paths where success is measured by salary increments and job titles rather than personal fulfillment and creative expression. The separation of work from life, as observed, creates a voided disconnection from the intrinsic joy that arises when one's labor becomes a labor of love. At the heart of the art of living lies authenticity, a commitment to living in alignment with one's true self. The masks we wear, the personas crafted to meet societal expectations and shield our vulnerabilities. Yet beneath these layers lies the essence of who we truly are: flawed, imperfect, yet inherently whole. Imagine yourself as a dancer on the stage of life, guided not by rigid plans or expectations, but by an intuitive sense of rhythm and movement. Each step you take, each breath you inhale, becomes a part of the intricate choreography of your journey. There are moments of exuberant celebration, where you spin in joyous abandon, and moments of quiet contemplation, where you pause to reflect and integrate the lessons of experience. In our modern society, there is a pervasive fear of impermanence and aversion to loss, decay, and the inevitable passage of time. To embrace impermanence not as a source of fear or sorrow, but as a profound teacher of detachment and acceptance. When we release our attachment to fixed outcomes and embrace the fluidity of life, we open ourselves to a deeper experience of presence and liberation. Surrendering to spontaneity, we embark on a journey into the vast and uncharted territories of the unknown. This is a place where many fear to tread, yet it is the very essence of life itself. The unknown, with all its mysteries and uncertainties, beckons us to explore and embrace it, to find joy in the unexpected, and to realize that perhaps we are already where we need to be. The paradox of seeking, where the pursuit itself might be the obstacle to the realization of our deepest desires. We live in a society that places great value on goals, achievements, and the relentless pursuit of progress. From a young age, we are conditioned to set targets, work hard, and move ever forward towards some distant ideal. This perpetual chase can often leave us feeling anxious and unfulfilled, as if happiness and contentment are always just out of reach, somewhere in the future. Yet, in this endless striving, we seldom pause to question what it is we are truly seeking. What if the very act of seeking is what prevents us from finding? We are so focused on the destination that we overlook the journey. We are so fixated on the future that we miss the richness of the present. This is the paradox of seeking. The more we chase after something, the more elusive it becomes. The more we strive for control and certainty, the more we encounter chaos and unpredictability. Imagine a person running in circles, desperately trying to find the way out of a maze. In their frantic haste, they fail to notice the exit right in front of them. In much the same way, we often fail to recognize that we may already be exactly where we need to be. The present moment, with all its imperfections and uncertainties, holds the key to our deepest fulfillment. Yet, we are so preoccupied with our goals and aspirations that we fail to see it. The concept of the future. The future, as we commonly understand it, is an illusion, a figment of our imagination, a mental construct that exists only in our minds. We spend so much of our lives planning, worrying, and striving for a future that we believe holds the promise of fulfillment, happiness, and success. Yet, in this constant preoccupation with what lies ahead, we neglect the only reality we truly have, the present moment. We often speak of getting there, reaching there, achieving there, but where is there? What do we want? Where are we going? Very few people know with precision what they truly desire. And even fewer understand that when they do get what they think they want, it often does not bring the satisfaction they anticipated. As the old saying goes, be careful what you wish for, you may get it. When we think about pleasure and fulfillment, many of us have a vague or misguided idea of what these concepts mean. We chase after material possessions, status, and external achievements, only to find that they often leave us feeling empty and unsatisfied. This is because our desires are frequently shaped by societal expectations and conditioned beliefs rather than our true, authentic needs and aspirations. The future then becomes a projection of our past experiences and conditioned responses. We look to the past to inform our expectations of the future, creating a continuous cycle where we are always looking backward to move forward. It's like driving a car while staring into the rearview mirror, constantly fixated on what lies behind us, rather than focusing on the road ahead. To break free from this illusion, we must learn to let go of our attachment to the past and the future. We must stop identifying with our personal history, our accomplishments, and our failures. When we strip away these layers of identity, what remains is the pure essence of our being, the timeless, ever-present now. Living in the present is more than just a cliché or a fleeting thought. It is a fundamental shift in our perception and experience of life. It is about fully immersing ourselves in the now, the only reality that truly exists. To live in the present moment, we must first recognize that the past and future are mere constructs of our minds. The past is a memory, a collection of thoughts and experiences that no longer exist. The future is a projection, a series of hopes, fears, and expectations that have yet to come to pass. Both are products of our imagination, yet they hold immense power over our lives, shaping our actions and influencing our emotions. When we dwell on the past, we often do so with regret, guilt, or nostalgia. We replay old memories, wishing we could change what has already happened. Conversely, when we fixate on the future, we do so with anxiety, fear, or anticipation, constantly worrying about what might happen or eagerly awaiting what we hope will come to pass. In both cases, we are not truly present. We are lost in a mental fog, disconnected from the here and now. Living in the present moment requires us to let go of these attachments. It calls us to release our grip on the past and to stop chasing after the future. This does not mean that we should ignore our memories or cease planning for the future. Rather, it means that we should approach them with a sense of detachment, recognizing them for what they are, thoughts and projections that do not define our current reality. Imagine a river flowing endlessly, each moment a new drop of water passing by. If we try to hold on to the water, we miss the beauty of the river itself. Similarly, if we cling to past moments or anxiously await future ones, we miss the richness and depth of the present. Our journey into embracing the unknown, we arrive at a pivotal realization, the liberation that comes from letting go. Letting go is often misunderstood as a passive act, one of surrender and defeat. Letting go is a powerful and liberating practice that frees us from the constraints of our past and the anxieties of our future. To let go means to release our tight grip on the things we cannot control, our past experiences, future uncertainties, and even our own identities. It is about unburdening ourselves from the weight of our memories, regrets, fears, and expectations. This act of release is not about abandoning our responsibilities or desires, but about approaching life with a sense of openness and trust. The gate is not adorned with many pearls, but is a single pearl with a hole through the center, symbolizing the need to pass through without baggage. To enter this gate, one must leave behind all attachments to the past, identities, accomplishments, and failures. This is a profound metaphor for the process of letting go. When we shed our attachments, we can step into the present moment unencumbered and fully experience the richness of life. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones. Each stone represents a piece of your past, an old grudge, a regret, a failure. The weight slows you down, making your journey arduous and tiring. Now imagine setting down the backpack. Suddenly you feel lighter, more agile, and free to move forward without the burden of the past. This is the freedom that letting go offers. Letting go also means relinquishing our need to control the future. We often try to manipulate our circumstances, plan every detail, and predict every outcome to ensure our desired future. Yet life is inherently uncertain, and our attempts at control often lead to frustration and disappointment. By letting go of our need for control, we embrace the unknown and trust in the natural flow of life. This does not mean we become passive or indifferent, but rather that we engage with life with a sense of curiosity and openness. By letting go of our fixation on the future, we free ourselves to live fully in the present. This moment, right now, is the only reality we have. It is the canvas upon which the future will be painted. When we let go of our preoccupations with what might be, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities of what can be. Letting go also involves releasing our attachment to our identities. We often define ourselves by our past experiences, accomplishments, and failures. These identities can become rigid and limiting, trapping us in a fixed narrative of who we are. By letting go of these labels, we allow ourselves to grow, change, and evolve. We become open to new experiences and perspectives, and we discover the deeper essence of our being that transcends any single identity. Consider the metaphor of the serpent, which sheds its skin to grow. The serpent does not cling to its old skin, but releases it to embrace new growth. Similarly, we must shed our old identities to expand and evolve. This process can be uncomfortable and even painful, as it involves confronting our deepest fears and insecurities. But it is through this process of letting go that we find true liberation. It begins with mindfulness, becoming aware of our attachments and gently releasing them. When a troubling thought or emotion arises, we acknowledge it without judgment and allow it to pass. We remind ourselves that we are not defined by our past or our fears of the future. We focus on the present moment, finding joy and peace in the here and now. Imagine yourself as a dancer on a stage where each step is an improvisation, where the music of existence plays through you. We are often conditioned to believe that life should be controlled, planned meticulously, and that uncertainty is something to be feared. Yet consider this: the most beautiful dances are not choreographed rigidly, but flow naturally from the heart. The Brazilian soccer team, champions who danced their way to victory in the World Cup, provide a powerful metaphor for embracing the unknown. They did not adhere strictly to conventional tactics, but expressed their creativity and skill in every move. They demonstrated that true mastery comes not from rigid adherence to rules, but from a deep connection to the rhythm and flow of the game. They bounced the ball off any part of their body with precision, showing us that creativity flourishes when we let go of rigid structures and allow ourselves to be guided by intuition and spontaneity. In our journey through life, we often forget this fundamental truth. We are taught to plan meticulously, to control every outcome, and to anticipate every challenge. Yet, what if life itself is inviting us to dance freely, to embrace spontaneity and uncertainty? What if the unknown is not something to be feared, but a canvas upon which we can paint our most beautiful experiences? The Brazilian soccer team, champions who danced their way to victory in the World Cup. Their style of play transcended mere athleticism. It was a celebration of creativity, spontaneity, and skill. They approached the game not as a rigid contest of strategy and structure, but as a flowing expression of their passion for the sport. In the midst of the tournament, they mesmerized the world with their ability to bounce the ball off any part of their body, head, shoulder, hip, and still maintain control and direction. This spectacle was not just about winning, it was about redefining the essence of the game itself. They showed us that when we release ourselves from strict adherence to rules and expectations, when we allow our instincts and creativity to guide us, we can achieve remarkable feats. The Brazilian team's victory serves as a powerful metaphor for life. It challenges the notion that success comes only through rigid planning and adherence to predetermined paths. Instead, it invites us to embrace uncertainty and spontaneity as catalysts for innovation and growth. Picture a bank teller counting money with a song in their heart, their fingers moving in harmony with the notes. Envision a bus driver navigating city streets with a playful tune humming through their mind, their passengers smiling as they embark on their journey. In our modern society, work is often seen as a serious endeavor, a necessary chore that must be completed efficiently and without distraction. Yet, what if we were to approach work with a different perspective? What if, instead of viewing it as a burden, we were to see it as an opportunity for expression and enjoyment? The idea of singing through work challenges the conventional notion that productivity and pleasure are mutually exclusive. It suggests that by infusing our tasks with creativity and passion, we not only enhance our own experience, but also inspire those around us. Just as a singer brings joy to their audience, so too can we bring joy to our work through our enthusiasm and dedication. Consider the bank teller who counts money with a song. Their customers, accustomed to the monotony of financial transactions, are uplifted by the teller's cheerful demeanor. The act of singing transforms the transaction from a routine exchange into a moment of human connection and positivity. Imagine the bus driver who navigates city streets with a playful tune in their mind. Their passengers, often stressed by the hustle and bustle of urban life, find solace in the driver's light-hearted approach. The bus ride becomes more than just a journey, it becomes a shared experience of joy and camaraderie. In ancient narratives, work became a curse when humanity gained knowledge of advantage and disadvantage, ushering in an era where labor was seen as a means to an end, a serious and often burdensome endeavor. This shift in perception relegated work to a realm of necessity rather than joy, fostering a belief that productivity and pleasure are incompatible. Centuries later, this perspective persists in modern society, where the pursuit of efficiency and productivity often overshadows the potential for enjoyment and fulfillment in work. We are conditioned to view work as a serious task that must be executed with precision and speed, driven by the belief that success is measured solely by outcomes rather than by the quality of our experience. What if we were to reclaim the joy and creativity inherent in our daily endeavors? The idea that work is meant solely for efficiency overlooks the profound opportunities for personal growth and expression that it offers. It limits our ability to find meaning and satisfaction in our tasks, reducing them to mere steps towards a predetermined goal. The concept of practicality, Many perceive practicality as synonymous with achieving tangible results, making money, acquiring possessions, maintaining stability. Yet, as we accumulate these external markers of success, we often find ourselves burdened with anxiety and responsibility. Money, in particular, becomes a symbol not only of security but also of potential loss, a source of stress rather than joy. True practicality, however, lies not in the accumulation of wealth but in the wise enjoyment of what we already possess. It lies in the ability to find pleasure and meaning in our work, regardless of its perceived practicality. When we approach our tasks with a spirit of creativity and mindfulness, we transform them from mundane chores into opportunities for personal growth and fulfillment. The curse of work, my friends, lies not in the tasks themselves, but in our perception of them. When we view work as a burden to be endured rather than a dance to be enjoyed, we deny ourselves the opportunity to live fully in each moment. We rob ourselves of the joy and satisfaction that come from engaging wholeheartedly in our endeavors, from finding beauty and meaning in the simplest of tasks. To break free from the curse of work is to embrace a new paradigm, one where productivity and pleasure coexist harmoniously, where each task is approached with enthusiasm and creativity. It is to recognize that life's journey is not solely about reaching the destination, but about savoring the experiences along the way. A rhythmic flow of moments where each step is an opportunity for expression and discovery. Yet, in our quest for security and control, we often forget the inherent beauty and spontaneity of this dance. We become trapped in patterns of fear and resistance, clinging to certainty and avoiding the unknown. What if we were to step onto the dance floor of life with courage and openness, ready to move in harmony with the music of existence? Embracing the unknown is not about abandoning ourselves to chaos. Rather, it is about trusting in the natural rhythm of life and allowing ourselves to be guided by intuition and curiosity. Think back to the Brazilian soccer team champions who defied convention and danced their way to victory. They did not approach the game with fear or hesitation. Instead, they embraced each moment with joy and creativity. They showed us that when we release ourselves from the shackles of certainty and control, we open ourselves to new possibilities and experiences. Embracing the unknown in our own lives requires us to release the need for rigid planning and embrace spontaneity. It invites us to trust in our innate wisdom and to follow the whispers of our heart, even when they lead us into unfamiliar territory. It is through this openness that we discover hidden talents, forge new relationships, and embark on unexpected journeys of growth and transformation. The fear of the unknown often stems from our desire for security and predictability. We cling to familiar routines and environments, believing that they offer us safety and stability. Yet true growth and fulfillment lie beyond the boundaries of our comfort zone. It is in the realm of uncertainty that we find the courage to expand our horizons, to challenge ourselves, and to discover our true potential. Embracing the unknown allows us to approach life with curiosity and wonder, to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to be avoided. It is through this lens that we transform fear into excitement, hesitation into courage, and doubt into trust.